Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video I wanted to share with you a very special book that I did not expect to be so good. It is Be Useful, 7 Tools for Life by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now many of you may have read Total Recall, his autobiography that he published a few years ago. Some of you also may have read the Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, which he published about 20 years ago, or maybe even more now. And so he is someone that has published before, but this book definitely feels different. This feels like kind of a gift to the next generation of people that are trying to achieve something with their life. So it's kind of one of those listicle books with 7 key takeaways, but I don't want to spoil what the takeaways are, but I wanted to share with you 3 of the important takeaways for me anyway that I got from the book that aren't maybe even related to the list that he sort of listed out. First and foremost, that he challenges the idea of being a self-made man. So many of you know his story. Grew up in Austria from very humble beginnings. His dad was a cop. Dreamed of coming to America. I also dreamed of coming to America, and that dream was fulfilled. And so I kind of related to his story a little bit. Became the greatest bodybuilder of all time, and then he became the highest paid actor of all time. And then he became the governor for the 6th largest economy in the world. So not a bad resume, but on the back of all of that, he is adamant that he is not self-made. The only reason why he is where he is today is because of the people around him and the people that invested in him. And I really appreciated that kind of perspective, because from the outside looking in, I would definitely see him as self-made. Second is that the whole book starts with the question of where are you going? Like, you need to have a clear focus, a clear goal of where a clear, basically, image of where you want to go in your life. It reminds me of that quote from Seneca where it was something to the effect of, if you don't know which port you're sailing to, no wind is favorable. It's interesting how a lot of these books are kind of, the messages are repeating themselves, which is a positive thing, which means they're important. The third key takeaway, and I think is lost in a lot of people, everyone's a little bit drunk at the moment on this idea of automation and AI and shortcuts and, being able to, 6-minute abs and the summary of this. And he really hammers home that everything he's achieved in his life has been off the back of just brutal hard work, dedication and discipline. And that's something that really resonated with me. And I guess one of the red flags he sees with people is kind of the questions they ask, where they ask, how do I accelerate this process? How do I how do I shortcut this? How do I lose weight really quickly? Or how do I start a business and turn it into $1 million business in 1 year? He talks about the questions people ask him tell him a lot about where someone is in their mental state. And last but not least, the book actually finishes with a thank you chapter where he actually goes through all the people in his life that made him the person he is. And he actually references Meditations by Marcus Aurelius in this, because that's the first chapter of Meditations where Marcus actually thanks all of the people in his life for, his discipline and his wisdom and all the different attributes that makes him the person he is. So this, in summary, I highly, highly recommend this book. It's only 200 pages, it's a quick read. You will not regret reading this. But this book definitely feels different to his other books. It feels very much like him giving back. I mean, because at his stage of his life, he doesn't really make any money out of this book. It's more about his legacy and about helping others. Anyway, so that's this week's book recommendation. How to Be Useful, 7 Tools for Life by Arnold Schwarzenegger. I highly recommend you pick it up. That's it for today. Don't forget, be kind, be careful, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Bye.